Good afternoon to everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Joe once again with the Renaroo's channel, Firewall E-Waste Services. Here to do business with the public, teach and learn both ways from each and every one of y'all. So if you got stuff you want to sell, let us know in the comments. Give us comments, your thoughts, opinions of views. Share us, like us, whatever. Like I said, I'll buy just about anything electronic, e-waste stuff, and yeah, maybe something else you got. Who knows? I like to collect things. We'll go with that a whole nother time. So what I'm doing here is I am summarizing and categorizing and pulling together this sale that I'm getting ready to do here in the next few days. I've got one of my buyers looking at some of this stuff, getting back with me on prices. Some of this stuff I already know what it is. Most of it anyways, probably about 98%. Got some blank RAM here, and then I've got a couple of these that I've, not. So I've got like gold tab, non-gold tab, BGA, and some other little specialty chips in here. I think I picked all the flat packs out of there, but you can basically see the top came off of that one. So now you can kind of get a rough idea of what the gold tracing looks like on gold bonding wire inside these. And here's my really good chip set, where a good bit of my money is. So we got some K6 in there, and then we've got some like P4 like fiber, with these are usually coated. These right here are usually coated copper. Rarely you'll find them as brass. And then I've got a BGA here that needs to get sorted back over in there. And then I got these chipsets right here. And I've got, these are really cool. You can see these right here. And I'm still getting an idea on some of these, but most of these I know what I'm into. And then I got some more fiber. Looks like I got a pin set that actually needs to go to my board grid. BGAs, those are all pin sets. And then we get into, these came out 386s. And I've seen these before. My buyer, thinks, we'll find out what he thinks. He gave me an original opinion before, but I'm going to see if he'll reconsider. Then I've got like ceramic base 486 AMDs right there, ceramics. Let's see here. These are going to be black fiber ceramic metal top. Check this out. I've got a really cool Pentium Pro Intel Motorola ceramics. You may or may not have seen some of these. Look at that. It's an IBM. But anyhow, you got the AMDs and a lot of Pentiums right here. I'm trying to pay attention to my camera to get y'all the best content. And then we're going to move over here. Like I said, this is kind of scattered around. I'm doing the best I can. I got some slotted CPU, let's get that out of the way. So I've got some slotted CPU cards here. A whole gaggle of those. And then I've got Wi-Fi laptop little finger cards in there. A lot of people are going to say, hey, these are network cards. And normally you would be right. However, these came out of military grade circuit boards. I'm still waiting for my buyer to give me a rough idea, but they had hard drives attached to them. That's not the only collection I've got of them. I still got to do that. And then here's a box of mostly BGA type chips. I'm going to get with my buyer on these. These are memory sticks. Not your typical. I don't think that they're going to bring like that true top memory, but I think that they should be close enough. And then I've got some fiber-based pen CPUs right here. I actually got this guy back out. But I've gone through here earlier and graded, so there's some interesting looking things going on here. And then I've got this gold leg white ceramic with, I imagine that that's probably a plated copper top. It could be gold underneath, but I highly doubt it. These guys are cool. IC chips. And they're gold both sides. And unfortunately, this is a Dallas chip, IC chip. But we got some gold plating on there. And these ceramic guys are really cool. I don't know what the gold content there is, but anyhow, a lot of this stuff, some of this stuff has come off military grade circuit boards. This is going to be a laser scanner. Can't tell you exactly any and every bit of this, but here's another gold plated. It's got a little laser diode that sits inside of it. You can see more. Here's another gold top, gold leg IC chip ceramic. This has got like some kind of a laser scan to it, chipset. You can see there's gold content there. This came off of one of my Raytheon boards. I pulled it off because I thought it was kind of cool and unique, at least to me. I'm sure there's millions of them. Come on, camera. Here we go. Maybe somebody can make that out. But yeah, there's that content. Just kind of, you know, here's the EEPROM that's got some silver bonding content in it, or gold bonding content in it. We're just going to do a ring around the rosy here. I think I already showed you all the CPU fiber. Then I've got about a 20+ pound bucket of computer RAM sticks. Those right there are pinless server CPUs. I'm not selling those. I'm keeping those for a special build coming up in the future. Then I've got metal capped pinned CPUs. And then I've got more fiber based right here. And then I've got pinless metal capped. I've told you all the story about this in one of my previous videos, the unfortunate. So these are like i5 8000 series CPUs, I believe. But anyways, yeah, unfortunately these are all trashed. I got them from the scrapyard. Somebody dumped them all out in the steel pile along with some RAM sticks. Matter of fact, we'll go back and look over those guys. That was the RAM I got, and those are 8 gig sticks. Okay, so I ended up getting all of this and the RAM and actually some motherboards and so forth soaked in mud, some still in water. I cleaned some of them up. I'm going to do a benchmark on the ones of these I've cleaned up. I've gone through. Reason I haven't strongly cleaned these at this point is I did my visual inspection, and I seriously doubt that my phone's gonna, well, there we go. So I don't know if you can really see in these, but we're missing like capacitors and stuff inside of here, or some of these pinless contact pads just have too much scratching going on. So I've got about a third. This was about this was about this full if I put all what I think is going to be functional. So what I did, I think, yeah, I did do a video of my cleanup regiment. So I did some cleanup on these right here, not these, but the ones that came out of the same pile, and I'm gonna run a benchmark on those and see how they come out and everything. And then I've got like some SD cards, little micro SD cards there. I'm not certain if that might fetch a higher than peripheral grade, so I got my buyer looking into that, given the pin sets on those. We'll find out. Maybe y'all know. And then of course I got another probably 5 or 10 pounds worth of RAM in there. And then I've shot video on this before, so I got a variations of connectors, and those are actually laser diodes sitting in there. They look like crystal oscillators. They're not. There may actually be a few in there, but mostly, yeah, I'm gonna get a price from my guy on that one. And then we've got more mostly SD card type stuff going on here. Then I got more IC chips mixed in with flat pack assembly, yes. And I'll go through and sort those. Got some hard drive platters. I'm just going to throw them on eBay and find out. Got a whole entire bag right here of plated, gold plated pin sets. And then I've just got like printer ends and other ends that have gold plating on them. I have no idea what those are going to do. We got to move around here some. Of course, I did a video on these not long ago. This is my higher grade military circuit boards. And then I've got gold plated like transistors, special crystal oscillators, laser diodes, a lot of different stuff going on there. We're not going to sit here and go through all of it because I'm getting ready to sell it, but a lot of this came out of the main course is going to be the 1990s, but you got some 80s and 70s and late 60s even in there. And then this is going to be my high grade military pin sets, like Raytheon cards, high-end Motorola. And then I've got some really good gold content here on these boards. I mean, they're very heavy. And then I just think, you know, I was sitting on these and I was thinking I might be able to do something special with them. I just think those are going to have to go for high grade peripheral. And then I've got some more. This is going to be military grade once again. And then I got some more transistors, mostly a few resistors in there that are gold plated. There's a few right there. A few finger trimmings with gold. Got some gold bonded connectors plated. Then I've got plastic encased gold plated pins there. And then some more right here. Then I've got, yay, 2-liter bottle of that, of pin sets. I'm going to put my hand in front of this because we're going to run downstairs really quick. That way y'all don't have to look at my, you know, luxurious house. We're going to go down to the basement. And we're going to take a look at where I normally keep my wintertime plants. Let me get some of this junk out of the way here. So anyhow, here we are. So I've got non-SATA hard drives that I'm getting ready to sell. And then these right here are going to be, well, drop the phone in the bucket. It'll be scrapped soon enough anyways. These right here are going to be SATA, like coming out of a laptop. Mostly, they're all SATA. And then there's this guy, Yada. And here's one thing I was looking for is, and trust me, I had to. These are hard drive boards right here that came out of military grade hard drives. I'm not going to tell you which kind, but there's a few of them in here. I may actually pull that back and run that by my buyer and show him that one especially. I'm going to drop the phone in here really quick so we can go through the next box. Yay. And then here's the SATA. So we got good content recovery. I'm going to also get my buyer to look at solid state hard drive boards versus chip population and see if those need an increase in payout value. But if anything, there's the inside of my basement and some of my house now that y'all have seen where I really do my intricate work sometimes. I'm Joe. Once again, with Firewall E-Waste Services, Rent-A-Roos on YouTube, and like us, share us, ask questions, make comments, or better yet, if you got stuff to sell, put that in the comments. Thank you and bye.